Hello Taurus, Taurus Rising, and Taurus Moon people. This is your weekly astrological and card horoscope for the week starting April 24th, 2017. And a quick reminder for you guys, I do have a special video up on how the next few weeks are going to go with Venus coming out of retrograde and being in her shadow period. It's on the main channel page if you want to check that out. And of course, if you ever want to get a session with me, you can always follow the links below or go to integratedmysticism.com. So what is going on with your astrology this week? Well, Taurus. The reason I said Aries is because we've got a lot going on in Aries this week. Mercury, currently retrograde, has slid back into Aries, into your 12th house of your past, your privacy, your hidden zone, secrets, all of those kinds of things, and it's going to be forming a very strong trine connection to Saturn, also retrograde, in Sagittarius, in your 8th house of shared resources and passive income and self-employment income. And this is actually a really interesting angle because it does talk about a renegotiation of the dividing of some kind of asset or funds or shared resource that you've had coming, something that's already kind of in your name. Yes, this could be something that could be a financial gift. This could be, we could be talking about an inheritance. We could be talking about an estate, a gift of some kind. There's also a chance, though, that we may be renegotiating how we are dividing up a shared investment in a way that is more fair to you. And this would be talking about a topic that's been going on since about March, because that's when, Mercury was initially moving into Aries in the first place. So what we have is something very special coming back on the table relating to your past, or possibly something you can cash in on that you know has been waiting for you. Later on in the week, we've got a new moon in your sign, and what's going to be happening with this new moon is that it's your birthday new moon. If you remember the monthly horoscopes, I talked about how this is, our once-a-year birthday new moon. Anything you want to plant seeds on in order to get started, something that will germinate by the time we get into June, July, anywhere, 2 to 3 months from now to get started, you have the power to do that over the next 2 weeks. Mercury retrograde be damned. Whatever you're trying to get started, whether it's a new relationship, a new job, a new living situation, this new moon is supporting you in a very broad way. Yes, it is very broad because it's in your sign. Remember, it's a wild card blessing. So whatever you want to turn it into is for you. You may feel like, oh no, it's Mercury retrograde, I shouldn't get anything initiated. It's about not making anything set in stone during a Mercury retrograde. Not getting anything initiated. That's where people get confused. For your spiritual advice this week, we do have the card of the Wild Hunt. And the Wild Hunt is interesting because it does talk a lot about you Taurus people needing to be on your guard, but also perhaps even, feel confident about it, because the Wild Hunt talks a lot about a snowball effect with a lot of things that you're doing this week. Whatever we're trying to get started, whatever's happening, whatever we're handling, is going to carry a bit of a snowball effect, okay? So this could be for good, or this could be for trouble, depending on how we're handling our relationships, our finances, our health, our families. The Wild Hunt card can basically talk about a need to pay attention to where, even a soft touch can go a long way this week. So if you're going into this week thinking you've got all these plans, you're going to go and, maybe make some harsh negotiations, be careful about going too far, but also at the same time, make no idle promises either, because, again, everything seems to be getting carried away a little bit. We can use this to our advantage, though. For your Earth sector, when it comes to your work and finances, we do have the Hermit card upright. For a lot of you Taurus people, the Hermit card does have us sort of being sent off alone at work. Now this could be a good thing. This could be an opportunity for some of you to get some peace time, get some downtime, or maybe start working on solo projects or solo assignments that you've been missing. Maybe you've been feeling like you've been stuck with a lot of maybe a lot of other people. Maybe you're not really interested in working on these huge collaborative efforts when it seems like, of course, whenever you get on a group, there's always that one guy or that one girl who's just impossible to work with. So this can be a bit of a relief. But the Hermit card is also talking about, a lot of you Taurus people getting an opportunity to take some time away from work this week while still also making money. Now, whether this is an easy assignment you wrap up early or something you're just getting paid to take some time off for, even though you're technically working, that could also be some good news. For those of you looking for a new job, well, the new job opportunity with the Hermit card upright is still there, but you will be noticing that you are being put on queue. Taurus people, look for smaller companies, look for smaller business venues. Don't go for the biggest corporation you can find or the biggest nonprofit or the biggest organization you can find, because the Hermit talks about something that is usually hidden away in a hole in the wall, but this may actually be something that is a good fit. So some clues are coming out this week for you. For your communications with air, when it comes to your friends, your relatives, the others in your life, we have the Ten of Cups, reversed. This card is not necessarily a great card to get when it's reversed, because usually when we see this, we see a friend or a relative pretending everything's fine, or perhaps even trying to pretend everything's better than fine, when we know it's absolutely not. When somebody's pretending everything's okay in their relationship, in their home, when people are trying to perhaps put on a strong plastic shiny front, it can cue us to kind of go like, oh, okay, this person's clearly overcompensating for something. And the Ten of Cups reverse may indicate that you may be asked to kind of humor a toxic situation, or humor somebody in a situation that we know it's better for them to stop, not keep trying to polish a turd with. Sorry about the language, but that's the truth. And, you know, that could make for some uncomfortable conversations, because when a person is that deep set in denial, you know, our friend or our relative may not necessarily come out of that in the best of moods. I'm not calling you a dream smasher, I'm just saying, like, this is what's going to happen. It's really more of a nice... I mean, it's being a good friend instead of a fake friend. That's what you're doing. For your challenge this week with fire, though, we do have the Tower card reversed. Now, this card is also saying leave other people's problems to themselves. So, if we are going out of our way, you know, to pay attention to what's going on in other people's lives, it's not saying you need to go and intervene, but you may need to, you know, you just need to make that observation and move on. The Tower card reverse can also talk about a challenge going on close enough to you that, as a bystander, you are going to have to react or cope. This could be a situation that goes on with somebody maybe quitting or getting fired at work, not you, because again it is reversed. This could be a situation where maybe there's problems with the neighbors, there could be issues going on, you know, with people who are close to us, but it's not happening to us. Again, we're a bystander in this instance. The Tower card reverse can indicate, again, we can't really solve this person's problems for them. However, at the same time, there is a way to help somebody without trying to be a solver, and there's always a lesson in that too. For your emotions with water and your romantic life, we do have the Page of Cups upright. And this card is basically saying a lot of you Taurus people, you single Taurus people, may not have to make the first move. You may be finding out that other people are starting to make some overtures. You may be catching the eye of somebody who, let's just say, wants to make it a little obvious that they have a thought about you, or two. In fact, the Page of Cups can indicate perhaps even a bit of a love note, or a gift, or some kind of token of esteem or affection coming to you from somebody who definitely does want to see where things can go. For those of you who are currently coupled, this still all will happen, but at least it's coming from your lover. In fact, the Page of Cups upright can indicate your lover starting to be a lot more forward, a lot more, let's just say, you know, obviously romantic. If we notice that sometimes people are romantic in different ways, we've got all kinds of different love languages, but this week we have your partner speaking your love language. We have your partner going out of their way to make sure it's unmistakable, and you may be finding yourself up for a few rendezvous, and maybe that Hermit card in the Earth sector is saying there's a good reason to play hooky and stay home this week. So that is your horoscope, Taurus. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And of course, if you ever want to get a session, you can always follow the links below, or go to integrativemysticism.com.